Hey guys, welcome back, Aditi here, and today I'm going to be ranking every single Race Awakening V4 for grinding. So before I did a tier list for only PvP, but now I'm going to show you the best Race V4s for leveling and farming. Let's get this started. So last up, we have Mink. So this is actually the 6th rank race on our tier list, and though it is a Race V4, this is just relatively speaking because all Race V4s are good, but this one is just the worst out of all of them. So this one gives max stats and a bunch of cool dashes and some tornadoes, and this is really just like a really good thing for like PvP and like just for moving around in general, but not really for farming because it doesn't really give you any like damage boost or anything. It just gives you like a nice little stun, but that's not really helpful for farming, and that's why we have it ranked at number 6. So next up, we actually have Shark or Fishman V4. So before you guys start flaming me in the comments, this is a tier list for grinding and leveling, and though it is a very good race, I think that this is not one of the best for leveling. And basically what this is, so when you get, it basically lets you take 0 damage, so complete damage reduction, and once the person M1s you, then it actually slows you down a little. And this is very good for PvP, but it's not that good for grinding, so that's why it's at number 5. So next up at number 4, we actually have Human, and this is actually one of the best races in PvP, but it's actually comparatively less better than the other races for grinding. And basically after this is kind of just all skill related, but I think the other races that follow this are better. So Human has some really OP boosts like damage boosting, max stats, and also a bunch of flashes or like flash dashes, and those are pretty cool, but they aren't really helpful in like just grinding in general. But overall I would put this as a very good race to use, and I'd put it at number 4. Okay, so next up at number 3 we have Ghoul. So Ghoul is an insanely powerful race, and as you can see it has some super good abilities. So at first it has like a dark circle, so whenever you step inside it, your vision is darkened, but I don't think that really affects NPCs. But its next ability is called Life Leech. So what Life Leech does is that it basically makes it so that whenever the person with Ghoul attacks you, then he can actually take your HP. So even if you're taking in damage from any NPCs, you could just regain that by just attacking it, which is why it's super OP for farming, which puts it at number 3. And next up at number 2 we have CYBORG. So CYBORG is actually a really good race, and though it's not that good for PvP, it's actually been growing on me for like the past few weeks, ever since it's been released. And it basically is at number 2 on the tier list because it can deal a lot of damage, and it also has these effects that attack people, or like it has that little like slowing down effect and damaging effect whenever you run around, and it is very good since it does a lot of damage. And as you can see, it's just doing damage right now, and the more damage you do, the more orbs you get around you, and the more damage that increases. And as you can see, the super jump does a lot of damage, which makes it super OP for farming and grinding, which puts it at number 2 on our tier list. And in first place we have Angel or Skypian V4. And yes, you heard me right, this is the best Race Awakening V4 for grinding and farming and leveling up. And this is because it's absolutely just good in everything. I'm pretty sure it's the best Race V4 in anything, like PvP, you name it. And what I really like about this race is that it has a lot of good abilities. And the first ability is that whenever you stand in the circle, then it has an ability that makes you kneel. So any NPC that comes near you will automatically kneel, and it cannot do damage to you at all as long as the ability is active. And this is insanely OP and really good for farming. Also, it can also fly around, like no other race can do that. And yeah, that's why this is number 1 on our tier list. And yeah, that's all for today's video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to leave a comment down below. See you guys next time.